Hello and welcome to the first lesson on ratios. Today we're going to go at quite a quick pace. I'm going to introduce to you what ratios are and then hopefully get you to not only find equivalent ratios but also simplify ratios. So quite a few things we're looking to do today. First thing I want you to look at is this picture here. All I want you to do in this picture is tell me or write down the ratio. First of all, let's start with the fractions. What fractions of those shapes are red? Write down your answer. And what fraction are blue? Okay, so we have 3 red squares out of 7 squares in total. So that's the fraction of red shapes. And there are 4 blue triangles out of the 7 different shapes in total. Right, that's fractions, and we're all aware of how fractions work. Well, ratios is quite simple. Ratios, you just say you've got 3 reds to 4 blue. Now, if you're very keen and very observant, you should be able to notice that there's a great big link between ratios and fractions. Now, I'm not going to talk to you about the link between the two, but obviously you can see the 3 here and the 4 here, but where do we get the 7 from? Not that it matters, it's just a little bit of thought for you. So, today I said we're going to find some equivalent ratios and then some simplifying ratios. Well, let's start with this ratio here. I've written the ratio 12 to 8. Now, if I double it, I would get 24, because 2 times 12 is 24, and 2 times 8 is 16. That's an equivalent ratio. It's the same, just twice as big. And you could have done it for times by 3, in which case you would have got 36, and 3 eighths are 18. Or you could have times it by 10, in which case you'd have got 120 and 80. In fact, you can multiply it by any number. So, let's say by 100. And you'd have got 1200 and 800. Excuse those, they look like 6s, but you know they're supposed to be 0s. These are all equivalent ratios, but I wonder, could we simplify? So instead of multiplying, let's do one more where we multiply by 5 and you get 60 and 40. Instead of multiplying, what about if we divided? So divide these by 2. 12 divided by 2 is 6. 8 divided by 2 is 4. Is there a different number we could have divided them by? Well, as it happens, there is. 12 and 8 are both in the 4 times table. So, how many 4s go into 12? 3. How many 4s go into 8? 2. Now, some of you might say, well, I could divide by 12. But is 8 in the 12 times table? No. What about if I divided by 8? Well, is 12 in the 8 times table? No. So, if I was an examiner and I was looking for you to simplify, to make these numbers as small as possible, but keeping them in the same proportion, which of these answers in the circles do you think I'd be looking for? If we're looking to simplify this ratio. You could have this answer, or you could have this answer. But of course the examiner is going to be looking for the smallest possible to give you those extra marks. So the answer is 3 to 2. Now, remember to pause, make notes, go over anything that you need to, because now I'm going to give you 3 questions. The green one, quite an easy one. orange one more difficult, and the red one has difficult numbers in it. But there's nothing there that you shouldn't be able to do. So remember, pause the video, attempt those 3 questions. We're looking for you to simplify fully. So I'll write that in. Simplify fully. That means as small as you can possibly go. These 3 ratios. Pause the video.